So we all get older, whether we like it or not. But what if you could live forever? Well, technically, we already can to an extent. In fact, there are people who have been alive for over 100 years. The oldest person to have ever lived was a French woman named Jean-Louise Comment, who lived to be 122 years old. And there are many others just like her. But this is nothing compared to what a certain group of people are capable of. There are some people out there that don't age at all. That's right, they literally do not age. And these people seem to be immune to aging and death. If you were to ask scientists about this, they would tell you that they are still working on finding out why certain people are able to resist aging while everyone else has to deal with getting older. But regardless of how or why they do it, the fact remains that some people simply don't get older. And if humans were all like this, society as we know it would cease to exist. In order to better understand this concept, let's play a little game. Let's pretend that there's a village full of people who never age. These people are immortal, so they never get older, and they also never die of age. So what would a day in the life of such a village be like? Well, it would actually be pretty boring, because these people would basically be living the same day over and over again. Imagine waking up tomorrow only to realize that it's same day as today and will be the same as yesterday. That's what it would be like to live in a world where no one ever gets older. The reason for this is that everyone would be stuck doing the same things over and over again. People would never change because they would have no reason to. After all, they are immortal, so there is no rush. Think about it. Would you work harder if you knew that time didn't matter? Would you appreciate your job more if you knew that there were infinite days ahead of you? Most likely not. Instead, people would probably become extremely lazy. After all, who cares? But even if people weren't lazy, they wouldn't be able to learn anything new either. Why learn something new when you have eternity to do so? In fact, most people would probably forget how to read and write. Can you imagine a world where no one reads books or newspapers? It would be a world without any progress whatsoever. Even technology would begin to be forgotten. This is because people would have no reason to invent new things or improve existing ones. Why fix something that isn't broken? This means that the entire world would eventually return to a primitive state. Eventually, the world would become an apocalyptic wasteland. And this is where things would get really interesting. You see, if no one ever got older, then the entire human race would eventually die out. This is because humans need to procreate in order to survive. But in order to do so, you need to be young. Now, in a world where everyone is immortal, no one would have any reason to have kids. After all, why bring more immortals into this boring world? This means that the human race would eventually die out because no one would be young enough to have kids. Eventually, our solar system would become uninhabited. Other species might come and go, but none would be able to survive forever. Eventually, the sun would run out of fuel, and our solar system would turn into a frozen wasteland. This is what would happen if no one ever got older. So you can see that aging isn't such a bad thing after all. Sure, it sucks when you get older and you realize that you read not as strong as you used to be. But think about all the things that you have learned throughout your life. You wouldn't be able to fit all of that knowledge into one lifetime. So in a way, aging makes us wiser. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to give up my life just yet. So keep on aging me, baby. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll take the L, but seriously. Though, do you think you could handle living forever? Or would you rather just die? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching Parallelish, where imagination bends reality. I'm Nova, your guide through the unknown. Want to explore more timelines? Tap the playlist above and keep diving into the what-ifs. Until next time, stay curious.